Hello everyone and welcome to lesson 11. This week is a little bit different with our writing lesson. Rather than focusing on exactly what you want to say and what you want to convince the audience of, now you get to worry about what other people may try to convince them of. So I have a few insights that I want to share with you and some hints for how to handle counter arguments. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of this together. You know from our lesson where the counter argument should appear, but you may be wondering what it should look like in your paper. So, from our lesson, we know that it comes after your body paragraphs where you make your argument, but before the conclusion where you end really strong once again with your argument. So, it will appear here, but what does it really look like? Is it going to be out of place? Will it seem like a paragraph from another person's paper? Ideally, no, and here's how you can keep that from happening. So this you may recognize from our lesson. This is kind of a breakdown of the parts of a counter-argument paragraph, but what I want to draw your attention to is the proportions of this paragraph, because this is something that's often overlooked by students. Once you start writing, you just get in the groove and you're presenting all of the ways that someone could disagree with this, or even if you zero in on one, all of the different facets of that. But that's not really what you want to do. Your goal here is to say, yes, some people believe this, but they're wrong because of this and this and this. Your focus is really going to be on how this counter-argument is wrong. So when it comes to proportioning things, you want to spend equal, if not more time, refuting the argument as you do presenting it. So just keep that in mind. You always want to have at least 50% of this paragraph being how this opposition is wrong, because the whole point of your paper is to persuade people to agree with you, not against you. I know that may seem pretty simple, but it's very easy to lose sight of the portions here as you're writing. So keep that in mind, and you should be golden. Now, as I went over the material for this week, and particularly with the building of this paragraph, I thought about how focus is pivotal, not just for our papers, but for the counter argument. They want to focus in on our weak points, and we want to focus in on how to make those weak points seem stronger and how to refute against that. And as I thought about this, my spiritual thought led me to a quote from Russell M. Nelson. He says, "The joy we feel has little to do with the circumstances of our lives and everything to do with the focus of our lives." I love this. It tells us that we're not just a product of our circumstances. What's going on around us doesn't really have to affect us. It doesn't affect who we are. We may give it power to affect our moods sometimes, but it really can't touch our joy, because our joy comes from so much more. It comes from having our focus on the right things. So I hope this week, as you move forward, you'll be able to work well with the lessons that we've been covering. But most of all, I hope that you'll be able to keep the joy as you focus on the things that truly matter. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a wonderful week. Please let me know if you ever have any questions.